guys, that's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
For those of you unfamiliar with what's going on, Shaq and Angel Reese. Shaq was on Angel Reese's podcast this week, and on the pod, it was kind of like a disaster, for lack of a better term. And the podcast was funny. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was funny. It went well and all of those things. But then, like, at the very end, Shaq says this, and it becomes like a big deal, and it becomes the main story and the main clip of the entire deal.
Really the dog. Bro, imagine you in
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show, Duncan. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
What?
God.
What?
Oh God.
The same little shirt you had on.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Duncan,
All right. All right.
bro.
So yeah, Shaq said that. He pretty much just said, for those of you wondering, shout out Nate. He pretty much said like what everybody else is saying, man. Like he said that Angel Reese should wear the shorts that she was wearing at Wild 'N Out. Hold on, I'm trying to pause this because I don't want this to be playing and stuff while I'm trying to talk. But he said you should wear the same shorts that you wore at Wild 'N Out and dunk and put it on a poster or put it on a t-shirt, and that's how y'all can sell more. I guarantee you will sell more for that. Yeah, what Nate said, Shaq, you out of pocket. But at the same time, I think this is a much bigger discussion here. You know what I'm saying? Like the discussion here with men is like we got to look in the mirror as men, right? Because I think the more disappointing thing of this is not just exactly Kim. It's not just about Shaq saying this to a younger woman that he thinks is attractive and things of that sort. This is someone who has referred to himself as Uncle Shaq to Angel Reese. This is someone who has referred himself as an OG, as a father figure to Angel Reese. This is someone who Angel Reese, senior day at LSU, he brought her, he came out on the court with her like he was her dad. You know what I'm saying? All of these things, he helped sign her to Reebok, get her all of these things, showed up on a podcast showing love. It seems like genuine love and genuine support. And then he says something like that about her. Like Kim is saying, his daughter is a freshman right now. And, he has other children who are, Sharif is probably like older. Sharif is probably older than Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got kids that are Angel Reese's age. You have daughters that are Angel Reese's age. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's disappointing because for women, it's difficult for women, bro. Like, not even to get on no like preachy stuff or anything like that, but in society, it's just difficult for women to navigate because, like, we made it socially acceptable for men to chase after women and like be dogs and stuff and treat women as a piece of meat. And a society where the heterosexual kind of relationships are like accepted and kind of considered the norm and things of that sort. So with that, women have to put up with a lot. So for a man to protect a woman and to show him like, yo, you can trust me, you can bring your safe space. Like, woman has to be mad vulnerable for that, bro. And for you to like kind of let her in your space and then show her that she need to be worried about you too by saying stuff like this, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Nate saying he don't get why Shaq is like this at sometimes. And that's why gatekeeping exists. 100%, Nate. That's why gatekeeping exists, bro. It is what it is. I think at the end of the day, like I said, like, I'm not perfect, bro. Please do not look at me as some feminist, just like self-righteous preacher man, this and that, and the standard for moral ground. I am not perfect. We all fall short of the glory because I'm a human being, bro. That's just what it is. But this moment definitely made me sit back and see it from an outsider's perspective of like, dang, that's how it comes across when, you talk to one of your female friends like that or someone like, you know what I'm saying, whoop the whoop, and you make a little side comment or you make a little slick comment or you say something about their appearance that crosses the line of just like a normal compliment and saying, oh, you look nice today. I like this. But versus something that goes into creep territory, that goes into something that makes the other person feel uncomfortable and less human. At the end of the day, we're all humans. Angel Reese is a human. She's a young woman. She might be 22, 23. Angel Reese too young for me, and I'm still in my 20s. So Shaq, 50, talking like this, you're supposed to be the wise one. You're supposed to be the one that has yourself a little more under control and more discipline with the words you say and the way that you speak to someone who looks up to you, someone who looks at you as a family member and a mentor and all of these things. And for you to do that, it was very disappointing. But it also, like I said, made me look at myself and be like, dang, what are some of the things and the ways that I interact with the women in my life, particularly, more specifically, my platonic female friends? How do I interact with them on a day-to-day basis? And when they say, yo, I feel uncomfortable here, I do this here, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. He's also her boss at Reebok. When you do all of this, so it's also a power dynamic there, which is just terrible. She had this high moment of announcing, I got a Reebok shoe coming out in the spring. I'm doing this, and I'm bringing on Shaq to talk about it. I'm so excited. And Shaq talking about, wear them booty shorts, girl. What is we talking about? What is we talking about, Shaq? That's why it's important who you bring into your circle and who you're networking with. 100%, Nate. And for men, covering a woman's sport is definitely important to check other male reporters and other male media members who are around these young women. These women, especially if you're covering the college, if you're covering a high school All-American, if you're covering the WNBA and some rookies or some even the vets, because it's a different timeline with athletes. Like a vet is considered like a 28-year-old or 29. That's still a young woman, bro. It's important for us to look ourselves in the mirror and check our behavior and check others around us as well to make sure that women are protected. More specifically, Black women are protected the way that we say we protect Black women. Because it's one thing to go after, okay, you see a cat call or you see a woman get harassed on the street or you see a woman get abused or something like that in the public space. And you say, hey, don't do that. Or like, nah, man, we ain't doing that. That's one thing with that. But it's another thing when you say that and then you turn around and say, oh, yeah, wear them little booty shorts again. What is we doing, bro? That just shows that you ain't no better than them. We have to check our actions. We have to check our mindset. We have to check our discipline. We have to check all of these things as men and women. But right now, we're just speaking to men because men have to hold themselves accountable for this, bro. This is unacceptable from Shaq, and we have to call it out for what it is. And we also have to look at ourselves and be like, dang, my actions here, my comment here to my friend was unacceptable. And you need to talk to that friend. If you can still talk to them if they ain't block you and report you to the police yet. Yo, that wasn't cool what I said. Whoop the whoop. Let's keep it pushing, man. That's what it come down to for real, man. Shaq's not gonna change. Shaq's a billionaire and he's 50 years old. He does not care. It's going, you know what I mean? He is who he is. But for the rest of us, we can change. One thing that we can affect and one thing that we can look at and switch our behavior is the behavior of ourselves. And it's our job as men to do that, to do so every day and stuff like that and make sure we get in line and stuff. I hope his daughter doesn't feel compelled to meet her father's standards. Yeah, 100%. And at the end of the day, Kim and Nate and everybody else in here watching, hello, if you just tuning in and stuff like that. At the end of the day, the answer to more men supporting women's basketball doesn't come down to wearing booty shorts. It doesn't come down to lowering the rims to dunk. It doesn't come down to, a bathing suit, Sports Illustrated issue. What it comes down to at the end of the day is the fact that we as a society value men more than we value women. And it will always be like that. The women's game, if you can't see it by now, bro, you just blind. I mean, you just blind or you know what I'm saying? Or sexist or a combination of both. If you can't see right now that the women's game is just a better product and a more quality product of basketball, then the men's game, the NBA and college men's basketball, then you know what I'm saying, you just too blind. You too far gone to see it, bro. But it's been that way for the last few years, at least the last 4 or 5 years. Especially when you seeing the new numbers and everything like that and stuff like that, man. Like it's a fact. Like the women's game just looks better now because the rim is still 10 feet. So you're forced to play under the rim 98% of the time. And because you're forced to play under the rim, you're forced to continue to focus on the basics and fundamentals of basketball. And it's just a much cleaner product. It's a much more enjoyable product to watch sometimes because the men's game, thanks to the Ball is Life, Hoop Mixtape, Overtime, Slam era, and the 2010s and the late 2000s and things of that nature, highlight tape, everybody want to dunk. Everybody want to highlight. Everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to be Mikey Williams so they can get 1 million followers, $1 million NIL, and get their clout and do all that and get lit at a young age through basketball. That's all the boys and the men care about. So because of that, the quality of the game is going down and the quality of the women's game is going up because, like Fla J said, when she was in high school, they've gotten trainers and they just focus on the fundamentals of the game, bro. So I say all of this to say, especially Shaq. We're not even listening to Shaq. If you listen to the full podcast, Shaq said, I never watched any of your games at LSU. I don't watch college basketball. I barely watch your games. And then he had the nerve to turn around 5 seconds later and say, you remind me of Antoine Jameson. How she remind you of Antoine Jameson? You ain't even seen the girl play. And you can see the betrayal and like how Angel felt. She was like, we both went to LSU. She said, but you went to my game. He said, yeah, I watched you in the Final Four. And then she said, you went to the Colorado game. He said, yeah, I did. I went to that game, but I don't watch college basketball. I just don't watch it. I just don't care for it. And it's like, you can see Angel seeing before her eyes, like the portrayal of just like, I thought I had someone I could trust. I thought I had a true, genuine friend in this business, in this game. And you just turned out to be like everybody else. You didn't even care that I was talented or I was good at basketball. You just cared that I looked good. That's really sad. And he said Shaq said he don't even watch his kids play it for real like that in college. You know, he got a son that was going to Texas Southern. He got some other kids that are playing college ball. Of course, Sharif was where he was, and now his daughter is now at Florida, I believe, and things of that sort. So it's just yeah. He said that, Kim. He said that, Kim. That was crazy. Also making money. Yeah. You're just making money, man. And so yeah. So it's just like that, bro. Like it felt like Angel thought she had a friend, she had someone to confide in, a safe place, and he just kind of like showed her like, nah, that ain't really what this is. Like, I support you, I rock with you, everything like that, but at the same time, you here because you cute. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it? But you know, at the end of the day, Shaq did say a couple funny things and whatever. He's Shaq for a reason. It's like Shaq, Snoop Dogg, those guys are always going to be famous. A lot of people going. I think Snoop Dogg is probably a lot less problematic than Shaq, which is funny because, you know, Snoop had that entire court case, which leads me to the next thing, court case in the 90s.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.